Mr. Jutton?
I am.
This is, that's not what I want.
The board had voted to award the proposal to
Two is
Mr.
supposed to
Jutton.
be the contract.
I
Oh,
have that, it's in here to be signed. It hasn't been signed yet because the board had some questions.
That's just
It's a lot to
information.
sign. Here we go, professional services.
I was looking at that going, what? That's not the contract.
That's the information.
So you have just one copy of it?
Of the contract.
Well, there's two copies of the contract, one for the board to keep and one for the...
No, I thought we had, one
Well,
last
this is what
week.
they're requiring. You said you wanted copies of
It
that.
was 2 weeks ago that we had it, and the thing that I was bothered by was all the work that we have to do.
Right, that's what's in there.
That's what's in.
Right,
That's
that's
what's
what's
in
in there. That's what the copy is. Number 2.
In number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, MRI requires the following documents. This is what I thought we'd be paying for, not that we'd be doing it. I thought that you'd be giving this kind of stuff to us. We're talking about demographic information and population. I figure that that's something that MRI would have at your fingertips to be able to get. List of 5 similar communities. Which ones are we? Which ones are we supposed to look at? We figured that that's something that you would give to us along inside of your report. The incident location trend and things like that. That's what we thought would be part of this report.
Well, that's all. That's the information that should be available from the fire department.
That's what we figured if we were paying what we're going to pay to a company like you, that you'd assimilate all this information and then give us a report as to how this all would work. We're paying like $19,000 or $20,000 for this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and is it we get all the? This is the way that I took it the other day. Is we're getting all the information for these people and giving it to them. We're paying $19,000 for their experience.
No, you're giving. Well, presumably this is information that should be available. It's available in virtually all communities in one fashion or another. You may not have it organized, and so if you don't, all you need to do is tell us that you don't have it organized. But by and large, this is standard.
Cookie cutter stuff, is it?
Oh, sure. I mean, this is our expectation in every community. We just started a fire study in Kennebunk, and with one or two exceptions. I mean, usually someone will come back and say we don't have one of these or we don't have one of those. But generally speaking, this is stuff that's pretty standard fare.
Well, was that that study you're doing over there with the cooperation of the fire department?
It's with the cooperative. When
I
you
mean,
say,
well, just that it may take a little more time possibly to get some information. We've had issues. The budget committee for the fire district had difficulty getting certain information at some point, and took some doing, and there have just been some issues surrounding that. In other words, if you're working with, if it's the fire district or department that's hiring you to do the work, engaging you to do it, then obviously you're going to get a lot of cooperation. If it's outside parties, sort of, in effect we are,
well, I mean,
maybe more difficult.
It's customary to assume the cooperation. If you're suggesting that we're not going to get the cooperation, then we may have to rethink our approach.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's just unknown. I don't know. I don't know that we will or won't, or I have no idea.
I think I would be surprised if we didn't get cooperation.
Well,
I couldn't.
I would be surprised too, but considering that whole,
The
budget
budget,
information
yeah.
that went around and the amount of time it took to sort that out. And
Well, generally, I guess what I would say is that generally, this is the type of information that the communities provide us. This is the information that we need in order to do what we do. And if you're suggesting that most of this information is things that we will not have access to. It's not information that generally is available in the library by research. If the department won't share with us calls for service, if they won't share with us their records, if they won't share with us reports from the fire scene, there's no place for us to get it.
But I think the issue is whether you are going to go get it, or we're going to get it, assimilate it, prepare it, and then present it to you. So in effect, we're paying you for the analysis work and not for any data collection, filtering, that sort of thing.
Well, I guess my interpretation is that this is not what we would normally characterize as data gathering. This is stuff that we would normally expect would be available at your fingertips. It's available in most municipalities without a lot of heavy lifting. And so, if it's not here, I guess we can start down the road dealing with it. If it's provided willingly, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But if you're telling us we're going to have to find ways to extract it.
We don't know. You understand the way that the
Yes.
Tilton and Northfield fund the fire district, which is run by different commissioners and all that kind of stuff, and we want to know whether or not there's something that we can do. It seems like our costs continue to escalate. Is there something that we can do to keep our costs in order? Would it even make sense for us to discontinue?
No, I understand. I understand those things, but I guess it was not.
And that sort of puts us at conflicting purposes, possibly with the commissioners, or with, some could look at it that way if they see that it's our desired result, which isn't necessarily the case. But
Okay. Well, I think probably the smart way for us to proceed is as if we're going to get full cooperation, and they'll give us access to this information. If we find that that's not the case, and it's going to become an extraordinary amount of heavy lifting, we'll be back. We'll come back